Chandler Road. Jeff, can you read that for me?
We have a new hearing for 48 Chandler Road. The applicant is Christopher, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced this, Hogaboom. The applicant is seeking a variance for a proposed new front entrance with front setback will be 22.3 feet as proposed. The new front door will be in violation of the zoning bylaws, including but not limited to Article 5, Section 5.2.0, density regulation schedule. The proposed new front entrance with a front setback will be 22.3 feet.
All right. Before I have you, I'm going to have you introduce yourself and give us a little bit about the application. Before you do that, we do have a little bit more updated conservation plan, but I was wondering if you had a certified plot plan.
Isn't that what I have? Isn't that what I?
The second one that you uploaded looks like it's still a conservation plan. It's a little bit more updated.
That's not a plot. I didn't know there was a difference. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay, we can talk about it after.
Okay.
Figure it out. So if you could just give us kind of like a little bit of a rundown of the application, but first you just have to introduce yourself and then.
Yep. My name is Chris Hogaboom. I've lived at Chandler Road for about 4 years now. We're looking to put a second story on the house. And part of that is obviously having stairs going up. The current space for stairs on the house allows for basement stairs, but the basement stairs are very steep, and just for like regular stairs, we don't want to have them be as steep. So the foyer is going to be it's going to be about a 11.7 foot by 5 foot bump out on the front of the house, and that'll just enable us to have stairs that aren't, super steep, and with the door still being able to open and stuff like that.
Okay. Right. I think we can start down this side for today. Rob, want to start?
Yeah, I don't have any questions right now.
Jeff?
You actually answered my question as to why you wanted to do it, and you said the stairs, so I don't have any questions at this moment.
Joe?
It says proposed addition in the rear. What's the rear?
I don't know what that is. That you know what that is? That is, there's a small the kitchen window. Just it's just like a little framed window. I think it's maybe like a foot.
I don't think that's probably part of the application. I don't think it was in the thing of that. So it doesn't appear that you would need a variance for that either. So.
Yeah, having a scalable certified plot plan, but it's almost
Sorry,
like
I'm very new to this whole thing,
Yeah,
so
fair enough.
what you need to submit to the building department should be submitted with us.
yeah, this
Which
is
a certified plot plan. The building inspector won't
okay.
accept
So this isn't good enough.
No.
Yeah, so when do you,
It's got to say certified. It's got to say proposed plot plan.
Okay.
For one, what you proposed and what you certified. It says conservation plan, so it's.
so if you were to get approved tonight, you would still need to get a certified plot plan, which is why we typically ask for it here, so that we can condition the application to the plot plan. But once we go through all the questions and everything, we can get to the next steps for that.
And it also shows, you're less than 25 feet, but it looks like the layout of the road is probably another 6 feet towards the road. So it'll still look like you're more than 25 feet off the road with your proposed addition.
Yeah.
Because the road layout looks like it's, they usually set back 6 or 8 feet towards the road.
I don't know if that's true everywhere, because I drove by it tonight, and it seems like your house, because you're on that bend, is the closest one to the street.
Yeah.
But all those trees out front, any of those coming down?
Probably the Just that conical pine tree.
Yeah, I saw
We
that. I
don't-
figured that
we
one
don't
must be
like it.
coming down for sure.
We've been planning on getting rid of that anyways.
And what is the addition going in upstairs? All just bedrooms and such like that?
Yeah, basically, yeah, my kids are getting older and they need some more space.
Sure,
You know, my daughter's bedroom is basically right next to the living room. So we'll have the kids' bedrooms and then a master suite.
Yeah, no, I will sign this. I mean, I would like to see the certified plot plan as well, but.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. I figured when I submitted the application, it had gone through all the approval steps and everything, that everything was good. I would have absolutely gone and gotten the correct thing if I had known.
I don't think, though, I mean, it's my opinion, I don't think a couple of feet is going to interfere with the density of the neighborhood, so.
No, especially when your road layout is outside of his lot line, probably 6 to 8 feet. It's still considerably, almost
But he's got some
30
good
foot.
natural coverage in the front of the house anyway, so you're probably not even going to notice it till you're right on top of it, so.
You have any more questions?
No, I'm good.
So, yeah, I don't have any real issues with it either, with how it looks and what you need to do to get to the second floor makes sense to me. I'm just concerned about the plot plan and having the right, procedurally having the right thing.
Yeah.
It sounds like the board is leaning towards approving it, but I think I would like to see the plot plan. You're gonna need one anyway, to build it.
Yep.
Permit. I like to see it because it's just procedurally a lot easier and more efficient, to have the right plan
Okay.
in place. I don't know if anybody else has any comments. So before we get to, typically, when in this situation, we would continue it to the next meeting to see if you can get a plot plan before then. And then we'd have another meeting like this and then go through it. Before we get there, it is a public hearing, so I have to open up the public hearing. So if there's anybody here that wants to speak for or against this, you can come up to one of the microphones. Seeing none, I think since looks like we're gonna continue, we can keep it open until.
Yeah, right.
Until the next hearing, so.
I actually did receive a phone call from a butter.
Okay.
Your butter to the rear, Mr. Litchfield at 77 Drake, he actually called me and said, I saw that come through, and he said, it sounds like it fits the neighborhood, and he hopes you get it.
All right, good to know. Okay, so, if there are other questions or comments, I think we could probably continue this to the next meeting. I don't know if anybody has anything.
We have the date,
I'm gonna try to find that right now.
so it's the 18th, so it'll be the 1st of August.
August 1st.
I'll make a motion to continue to August 1st.
Second?
Okay, a motion has been made and seconded to continue to August 1st. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So, just so you know, if you can't get it, you should have my email or at least the appeals clerk's email. You can email us. If you can't get it between then, you don't have to show up every time.
Okay.
We can just recontinue it for another meeting, so you don't have to waste a
Okay.
Tuesday night and
All right.
and all this stuff. But if you need any help or you have any questions, feel free to email us. All right? Thank you. Okay, the next item on our agenda is 75 Middlesex Turnpike for the paper store. So the applicant reached out to me today and asked to be continued. It was a family emergency today. So do I have a motion to continue that to August 1st?
Motion.
Go ahead.
Motion to.
Motion
Yep,
continue.
same
Oh, motion continue August 1st.
Second.
All right. Motion's been made and seconded to continue to 75 Middlesex Turnpike, the paper store, to August 1st at 7:30. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Next item on our agenda is 207 Cambridge Street, Unit A, O'Reilly Auto Parts. If you can just come up. You can just introduce yourself and give us a rundown of the project.
Good evening. My name is Peter March, New Hampshire Signs, 66 Gold Ledge Avenue, Auburn, New Hampshire. So we're applying for a special permit in terms of Section 9.2.4 of the zoning ordinance for an O'Reilly Auto Parts store that is being built at 207 Cambridge Street in Burlington. The site is zoned BG. The site's undergoing refurbishment, and as part of the refurbishment, a roof-like structure is being added to define the entrance. In fact, both entrances. There's an entrance on Cambridge Street, and there's another entrance on the actual mall side. Under normal circumstances, we'd be allowed a wall sign 4 foot high and as long as the wall. But because we have this roof structure, we're limited to 6 square feet. And when we applied for that, we were advised to apply for a special permit. One point I'd like to raise is that we applied for the permit on the 23rd of April. Since then, the roof structure has changed marginally. It was initially a flat entranceway. It's now a peaked structure. Okay, so there's a marginal change to the appearance. In a way, I think it actually suits the neighborhood a little better. The property sort of looks at that convenient MD, and it looks at a number of other houses and properties, including CVS, that also have peaked structures. So I think the peaked structure, in a way, looks a little closer to the neighborhood than it would be if it had been the square structure that you'll see on your application. Really, what it's doing to that building, which is a pretty straight brick block, is it's adding a little bit of interest and a little bit of architectural interest to it. So I feel that, in general, doing that is beneficial. So to the criteria at 9.2.4, social, economic, or community needs which are served by the proposal. So the addition of a roof or marquee breaks the building line and adds visual interest in a feature. Let's say it looks a little like some of the other buildings in the area, particularly convenient MD, which it looks at. The community is better served by more attractive buildings. And again, as I said, if the building had a pure flat fascia, we'd be able to put a giant 4 by whatever sign on it. This is much more modest than that. But the need is still there to identify the building correctly, and that's what we're doing. So the signs we're looking for are basically 4 foot high by 16 foot 6. Economic and community needs are served by signs that are proportionally sized and provide adequate wayfinding, and these signs do that. Traffic flow and safety, including parking and loading. Traffic flow and safety is better served by clearer signage. Appropriately sized signage gives drivers adequate notice and improves safety. Third point, adequacy of utilities and other public services. There's no effect on utilities or other public services. The site was an auto parts store. It remains one, and it's not a significant user of water or sewer or any of that. Neighborhood character. I believe that the addition of the marquee improves the look of the neighborhood, and the sign conforms to the marquee in size. And as I said, many other adjacent businesses have peaked roofs and large signs. The sign is externally illuminated, so again, it's in conformity in that sense. Impacts on the natural environment. There are no impacts apart from the fact that the sign is lit by LED, so that has an impact to a certain extent. Potential fiscal impact, including impact on town services tax base. Obviously, putting a new business in there that's prepared to spend money on the building and upgrade the building has a positive effect on the community, but it also has a positive effect on the tax base.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. John, you want to start this time?
I don't really have any questions. I think the signs are perfectly appropriate for the building. I love the gooseneck lighting,
Yeah.
right? You know that there's a lumens rule for,
Yeah, I'm aware of that. It'll be built to spec.
Okay, so they put that in the decision anyway, no
Yes.
more than 90 lumens for you anyways. But me personally, I think the signs are, both of them are certainly appropriate for the building. I don't really have a problem with them.
I agree as well. I have no comments.
Jeff?
Hang on. Working on, I'm doing the notes tonight.
A little short-staffed tonight.
Maybe the board would, I'm shooting myself in the foot, but I like to promote this. Maybe the board make a condition that the lights go off half an hour after the business closes. I'm a bit of a dark sky proponent.
I think now that he offered it, then we have no choice but to put it in there.
Yeah,
That's what you want.
I think it makes sense in this sort of circumstance.
Sure.
So I was just looking through some of the plans you had here. Looks like the previous ones had the peaked roof. I think you may have said something about that, and you opted to go for the flat marquee. I think that makes the most sense. They look appropriate to the center. Like John said with the gooseneck lighting, I don't see an issue with how you would plan to do this.
Thank you.
Rob?
I think it looks good.
Okay. I agree. I mean, I think they're appropriate for the area. And I also love the gooseneck lighting. Much prefer that on all the buildings, if you could. All right, so this is a public hearing. So I have to open it up to the public. So if there's anybody here to speak for or against in the audience? Seeing none? Motion to close the public hearing?
Motion to close public hearing.
Second?
Motion has been made and seconded to close the public hearing.
Which one of you seconded it?
Joe. Motion has been made and seconded to close the public hearing. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, any other additional comments or motions? Well, on my printouts, I can't see any of the dates on the plans.
I can't see it.
All right. Let me zoom in here. It wasn't uploaded as a PDF. I can't, 8/29/21.
Okay. That works.
This one is 2/21/23, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2/21/23, I can see it now, I can see that one.
Okay.
So this is the old and this is the new, right?
No, these are both the new. This is the old right here. With the peak roof. So, give it to that plan. Pull that up. All right, motion to approve 207 Cambridge Street, O'Reilly Auto Parts, for 2 4-foot by 16-foot 6-inch signs on the front and side elevations of Cambridge Street, in reference to plans dated, what was that, 3/20,
2/21/23.
2/21/23. Not to exceed 90 lumens per square foot, and lights to be turned off a half hour after business concludes for the day, and no other signs, even if by right.
Point of order. You did say that 2 front signs, but there's one sign that's on the left of the building, one on the front,
Yeah.
right?
It said front and side elevation.
Oh, you said front and side? I
Yeah.
thought you said 2, I thought you said 2 front signs.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clear that up, that's all.
Front and side.
Second.
Okay. Motion has been made and seconded to approve 207 Cambridge Street, Unit A, O'Reilly Auto Parts for 2 wall signs on the front and side elevation, both 4 feet in height by 16 feet 6 inches in length, with, as shown on plan submitted with the application dated 2/21/23, with the conditions not to exceed 90 lumens per square foot, for the lights to be shut off 30 minutes after closing, and no other signs, even if by right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Everybody get the minutes from the last meeting? Is there a motion for the minutes?
Approve the minutes, I don't have the date,
June 20th.
June 20th, 2023.
Second.
What was it, June?
20th. Motion was made and seconded to approve the minutes for June 20th. From our June 20th meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any other business?
Motion adjourned.
Second?
Motion was made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.